Hey people, what's going on? It is 420. 420. Happy 420 for those that celebrate. There we go. Will that do? Yeah, that should do. Happy 420. A lot of things have happened on this date, good and bad. Happy 420. Couple things. So I heard from Richard. He really appreciated the review, and I just want to again say that I meant every word that I said. I do think this album is that good. Actually, I'm going to say it again. I think it is very good, very good. Pick up on this album. My goodness, why would anyone want to throw shade? Richard Barbieri deserves to be heard. This is wonderful work. Wonderful work. Along the lines of K-Scope Records and that ilk, I pulled this. This was something that was given to me, I think by Richard Lee, I think, of the BC. Ulver, the Wars of the Roses. And I still don't catch what they're singing about. But I like, there's a, again, I'm losing words, but I like the shape of this music. It's kind of progressive. This is different, you know. I suppose I ought to try to pay attention to what they're singing about. There's a book in here, poems, which I haven't paid any attention to, but just thought I'd show you that I put this on last night. Someone asked me about, well, I haven't mentioned the solo work of David Sylvian, but well, I haven't in a while. But I love David Sylvian's work. I have a lot of his stuff. Something sitting here, which is actually not I haven't really been taking care of it because the packaging was flawed when it came out. But I like David Sylvian quite a bit. And here sitting is a deal that he did with Russell Mills called Ember Glance. Oh, it's a CD and a booklet that came out in a box that was actually not really well thought out design-wise, because the corners on all of them, literally, unless you really, you know, were careful at first, have broken and collapsed. But this is a sound work of David Sylvian's that, with this big book, I haven't listened to this in a while, accompanied by the artwork of Russell Mills, who's done quite a few of David, I shouldn't say quite a few, but he's worked with David Sylvian on his albums, artwork. But this is a David Sylvian item that I have. I have a lot of his solo records, and I love his music in particular. When I first became familiar with the band Japan, I lamented how I thought David Sylvian was imitating Brian Ferry's voice. Over time, it got to the point where I like David Sylvian's voice as much, maybe even better, than Brian Ferry's. I definitely love the music that David Sylvian writes quite a bit. Personal update for those that want to know. I got the second batch of Sound Waves on CD in, and there's a slight difference. Not that if you have the first one you want to buy a second copy, I just want to point out a slight difference. So the first 50 that I had made, I had them made with no, they were open, they weren't sealed. This next batch I had, they're sealed. They're sealed, and the other difference is that I added a 1 second gap between the tracks. For the most part, this flows really well, and it goes the way I listen to stuff at home, where it's just like a free flow from one thing to the next. But in listening back to this, I noticed there were a couple of tracks where it could have benefited from a bit of a pause between. So I added a 1 second gap between each song on here. Flow, I think it actually makes it flow better. So I had some back orders, and those are going out today. The back orders for sound waves are going out today. Get yours today. If you're interested in getting Murphy and sound waves on CD, drop me a line, and I'll give you a break on the postage. In other words, rather than ordering them separately and paying twice for postage, send me a message saying, well, I'd like to buy both, and then I'll get you proper postage for both. Excuse me. Also today, if I keep this short enough, you'll see it early enough, and I'm going to keep it short. The Roots of Electric Jazz today, my radio show today, I'm going to be focusing and dedicating the entire show to the memory of Allan Holdsworth, and we'll be playing music that features Allan Holdsworth for the whole 2 hours. That's today on the Roots of Electric Jazz. The other 420 reference that I can think of isn't this the day of the Columbine shooting? And I actually did wardrobe for a movie that was based on that tragedy called April Showers. That's something you can actually look up on IMDb and Netflix and watch. I did the wardrobe for the whole movie. Okay, like I said, I'm going to keep this one short. Pick up on the Richard Barbieri. Pick up on this. I was actually thinking about playing some of this in the background for you, but you can listen to this on Bandcamp. And I'm just really proud to say I listened to this again in its entirety once I got the new shipment to hear the flow with the 1 second. Really proud of this new album. It's good. It's good.